Hi, my name is Annie, and welcome to the Walking Word, where we go through the Holy Bible in a year as part of discipling. And we are in the book of First Samuel, chapter 27, where we see David seeking refuge amongst the Philistines while he still is running away from King Saul. So, chapter 27. But David said to himself, I shall perish some day at the hand of Saul. I have no choice but to escape to the land of the Philistines. Remember, Philistines are the guys who David had conquered over and over again, including the battle with Goliath. Goliath. Then Saul, yeah, but I have no choice but to escape to the land of the Philistines. Then Saul will give up his continual search for me throughout the land of Israel, and I shall be out of his reach. Accordingly, David departed with his 600 men and went over to Achish, son of Maok, king of Gath. Remember, it was Goliath of Gath. David and his men lived in Gath with Achish. Each one had his family, and David had his two wives, Ahinoam from Jezreel and Abigail, the widow of Nabal from Carmel. When Saul was told that David had fled to Gath, he no longer searched for him. So, okay, yeah, why would I go look for him where my most fervent enemies are? Let's continue. Verse 5. David said to Achish, if I meet with your approval, let me have a place to live in one of the country towns. Why should your servant live with you in the royal city? The same day Achish gave him Ziklag, which has therefore belonged to the kings of Judah up to this present time. In all, David lived a year and 4 months in the country of the Philistines. David and his men went up and made raids on the Gerushites, Girzites, and Amalekites, and the Amalekite people living in the land between Telam and approach to Shur, and to the land of Egypt. In attacking the land, David would not leave a man or a woman alive, but would carry off sheep, oxen, asses, camels, and clothes. On his return, he brought these to Achish, who asked, whom do you raid this time? Like, King Achish is just so amused by how David just wins every battle. Like, who have you raided this time, David? Like, you bring me all these gifts. Where did you get this one from? And where did you get this one from? And where did you? So you can almost hear the amusement in Achish's voice when he asks this. Whom have you raided this time? And David answers, the Negeb of Judah, or the Negeb of Jeharmil, or the Negeb of the Kenites. But David would not leave a man or a woman alive to be brought to Gath, fearing that they would betray him by saying, this is what David did. This was his custom as long as he lived in the country of the Philistines. And Achish trusted David, thinking, he must certainly be detested by his people Israel. I shall have him as my vassal forever. So I'll have him as my ally. He really hates his own people. He really must hate these guys. So David ensured that nobody lived long enough to make alliance with King Achish. We move to chapter 28, where we'll see Saul just doing the unthinkable with the witch of Endor.